the range blaster coming out on the side of Slugma.
Glugas too, whoa.
Glugas, uncommon weapon choice, but absolutely formidable in the right hands. We see here, Land Destroyer is going for a very AoE heavy comp, definitely going to be helpful for catching people on the side of the legends in this map. An early pick from the Glugas here, definitely going to be wanting to take that space that they just took.
Already proving those Glugies have some bite to them. Taking out Gotos? Did I pronounce that name?
Yes, that is indeed correct. We see Land Destroyers with an early lead, already taking so much space. The Slash, the Dynamo, these weapons providing so much space, so much paint, and so much mass control here. Puts it back in front of them.
Already it seems that Land Destroyers has a really big advantage, like very early on, not even a minute in, and they're already like making it to near 50, now sub 50 on the scoreboard. Taking out like, well, I was saying, they are being taken out as a retaliation effort, but it doesn't seem to be doing so good so far, considering that they were able to get it right back right after. What is this, Hyper Die?
We saw so many picks go down on both sides, but you will notice that the push for Land Destroyers has not ended at all. Even with 3 down, Jay is still telling Slugma males, you have to force me out of this position before you can get anything out of that.
Yeah, nothing says a Slugma male like just sitting around and like not being able to move. I don't know. Slugs are not very mobile creatures, I guess.
Well, Slugma
wow,
is
that was
speed
a
up a little
great
bit
placement
here.
from that suction bomb right there, getting a hit on crap.
From the range, but going to be backed into a corner there by Land Destroyers. Probably going to want to take control of that right side of the map, but they are currently 2 down, potentially giving Slugma males a chance for a push, but we do not see anything come out just yet.
Yeah, so far it does seem that Land Destroyers will be taking back that tower yet again. It doesn't really seem like they're giving much opportunity for Slugma males to be able to like get that far, like with the tower. Oh, and with Godels down again, it seems that Jay is trying to push in even further with the bucket, throwing out strikes to push even farther, along with a Booyah Bomb for compensation.
Absolutely. It seems no matter how many times Land Destroyers go down, they just get back up again. I definitely think this might be in part to a bit of a paint deficit that Slugma males is suffering here, as they just don't seem to be able to get enough paint on the ground to maintain neutral.
Already aura from Jay right there, avoiding that suction bomb and making it very clean for the rest of the team to take that game.
Absolutely.
What a wonderful take from the one that's not Slugma.
Land Destroyers indeed.
Land Destroyers. They don't have their name written down, so I can't see it.
First win in a very clean fashion, no doubt amplified by the recent buffs and the high places on the tier list of their composition. I can't lie. That is a pretty solid composition that they're running right now compared to the more unconventional choices of Slugma males in the Squiffer. But I'm not going to count out Slugma males just yet as we move into Clan Blitz on Crab Leg Capital. Crab Leg is a very beneficial map for a weapon like Squiffer, giving it a lot of opportunities to get the snipes that it needs and using its Zipcaster to zip around, as it were. Or if you're going with the vanilla kit, there are plenty of opportunities to set up bubble for pushes as well.
Right, yeah. Considering that there's, a lot of greats in it. Oh, okay, buddy.
He's stealing my flow. I did it first. You can't steal my flow like that, dude. I invented 6-7.
There goes my momentum. No, but like for a map that has a lot of grades and elevation, it definitely could take a lot of advantage from something like Booyah Bomb, where it could like reach an area you wouldn't think because it just goes through the grates. It's made of ink. Or something like Strikes, where it doesn't go through the grate because the markers aren't made of ink. So
let's not forget, Slugma males has the range blaster on their side as well.
And they're chanting Sit 7 also.
The combination of the Squiffer and the range blasters will probably make for a game where Slugma males has a chance to take things back in their favor.
Yes, and as we can see, it doesn't really seem to be much of a switch up other than like, I think I see a splatter shot, well, a hero shot if I want to be technical.
Yeah, I suppose if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Slugma males comp definitely is preferential to the map, but Land Destroyers already got a win with their composition, so why change anything?
Right, yes. Already we see, not even 20 seconds into the game, we already have a wipeout from Land Destroyers. Wow, what a momentum builder.
The fastest wipe that I have seen on Clams in recent memory, but they don't seem to have the economy to get the basket just yet, not able to pick up
They're
the
so
power
close
clam.
to be able to get to that power clam. They can just make it so much closer. Unfortunately, not close enough. That power clam is going to despawn, and they are stuck at square one all over again.
Yeah,
Strikes coming out to try and push back in. It didn't really work all that well, although I do think someone slipped in the cracks. I could be missing things here.
Oh, but look at that. Right now, Slugma Males turning the tides a little bit, taking the second chance that they have been given from the palpable desperation of Land Destroyers to quickly make some economy and push on the ramp. But this is the most challenging part of this map, getting up this ramp when the other team has the potential to surround you on both sides, and Slugma Males is not going to be able to pull it out.
Yeah, it does seem like that was an admirable, it was a good effort from Slugma Males trying to push in with that power climb. Unfortunately, they just really couldn't find an opening. But at the same time, it doesn't really seem like Land Destroyers has an opening either. It's pretty neck and neck so far. No one's been able to score anything yet, despite all of the specials, all of the power clams being made. It really does feel like it could be anyone's game.
Once again, we are
two
seeing
kills
some
from Jay.
amazing picks from Jay. That was actually
three.
a wipe if you counted that one at the beginning. Jay really making moves here, able to get the strikes out earlier as well, but still, Land Destroyers is not scoring yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, Slugma Males is just a little too good on the defense, as it were, coming from trying to, like, you know, obviously not trying to lose. Unfortunately, it does seem that Jay, with all his aura, is going to get in with a power clam and score a goal!
Jay finally able to score 2 minutes into the game. We see the specials coming out from both sides. Jetpack Cat, I'm sorry, that is absolutely not Cursed Electric. This is a brand new player, up and coming. Jetpack Cat on the Dynamo goes down to Terrence. Squiffer 3 down on the side of Land Destroyers.
Come on, you got it. Oh, it looks like that. Oh, Terrence was so close to coming in with a power clam, but it was not in the cards, or more in the clams, I guess.
In the clams. That's the
oh,
first time
but maybe it was!
Sneaking in to get the push and the double on the platform.
And that's lead!
Away from Land Destroyers.
Wow! Oh, wow. Oh my God.
On a roll with the aura.
The actual...
Picking up where Godol's left off to turn the tides and bring
the actual shift in how this game went, where it just seems so even, where like Land Destroyers just barely got a bit of an advantage, but then Slugma Males was like, nah, I'd win. Just went straight in, no holds barred, just complete anarchy on that side of the map.
Absolutely. I think we're starting to see both teams getting their footing here. Some very timely specials from Land Destroyers.
Nice picks from Godol's right there.
Able to make sure that those specials don't pay off to give Slugma Males another chance. But with almost 1 minute left into the game, I'm worried that their desperation to get lead might be the end for them.
They do seem to sound very excited. I don't know if it picks up on the mics here, but it does seem to be. Oh!
Unlucky bomb kill for the range blaster. Jetpack Cat caught in a Turlius position there. Godol's getting the pick. A lot of action in this pit happening right here.
Yeah, with that, it seems like Kraft is going to attempt to try and salvage that power clam. Not really want to keep it for themselves. Like, no, you take it. I don't want to be a target. Which, you know what, fair. Honestly, neither would I. Oh, but with those strikes, it does seem that Jay will be able to break the barrier, but will it be enough momentum for them to take lead? It is yet to be seen. Jetpack Cat doing what Jetpack Cat does in that game, I guess, just flying through the air.
I did want to say that Land Destroyers seemed to have the one-up on the clam economy, but that push was shut down with 10 seconds left into the game. Will Slugma Males be able to put on an effective enough defense to keep their lead?
With only 3 seconds left on the clock, will it go into overtime? It does. They have only a short amount of time to make up for this deficit. Now, I'm not an economics aficionado myself, but I do think that they're in a bit of a debt right now. Ooh!
Nice pick from Jetpack
That
Cat.
might be able to fill
Not
up.
able to get in
just
on the
one
ramp.
after the other.
Not able
Wow.
to get an opening. And Slugma Males is now on the board.
Anytime you just went into making economy mentions, I felt like Mr. Fantastic turning my head. Say that again.
Say that again.
No, for real, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, that was awfully fun to
Like
watch.
I feel like I couldn't put my guard down for a moment because anytime I did, it just like turned on a dime.
Yeah, it definitely felt like not only did Slugma Males effectively adapt to their opponents, but the map mode combination benefited their weapon choices as well, and they were able to take advantage of the desperation that Land Destroyers exhibited at some points, especially in overtime, getting to get the jump on them. Land Destroyers was popping their specials at just the right time, but Slugma Males adapted and figured out how to shut everything down. But we will have to see if that still holds as we go into our third game of 5, potentially.
Yeah.
Rainmaker on Urchin Underpass.
At least 4, considering. But yes, Rainmaker Urchin Underpass is kind of an interesting map in my opinion. I'm very I'm really satisfied with how like they implemented Urchin like in this game. I don't know how you feel about that.
I never really thought about it too much. I think purely for nostalgia's sake, I would have to say I prefer the original better. But
Yeah.
thinking in terms of the weapon compositions that we have here, I don't think that at any point I could say Dynamo would be a bad choice, especially considering the current state of affairs.
Right.
But I definitely think that Dynamo can benefit from some of the clear lines of sight that it has over the ramps, things like that, getting people on the sides of the map, those little, enclaves? Like, you know, the word is escaping me, but nevertheless, I'm tripping over myself.
Nah, it's okay. Honestly, if I could do it 5 times in one commentary round, you could do it once.
Oh, the match is readying up here, and I am curious to see if we will see any composition changes or if these two teams will stick with the tried and true.
All right, we already got some cheering from the crowd, it sounds like.
It seems like the crowd is on the side of Slugma Males as we move into round 3, not seeing any composition changes.
It took the
here.
words right out of my mouth. It seems they're sticking with All Reliable, which, you know what, in all fairness, if that's what makes them work, like in both games essentially, then honestly, why fix what isn't broken? Already, DHVF grabbing the Rainmaker off rip, getting the check within the first 25, no, not 25 seconds, the first, no, it was 25 seconds. I don't know how to
3
count.
down and a cooler for Slugma Males. Let them get an early lead, but now the tables are turned and Land Destroyer is painting the map yellow with their own cooler out.
Oh, wow.
And
Checks are dead.
quickly, Kraft using his Splatana to take this area of the map. The zip coming in, but quickly shut down by the range blaster. The range in a very good position here
Wow.
to get some picks, and does with a height advantage. And
Amazing
2 on the board.
spacing from that
And
blaster.
Aura on the
wow.
board. Oh, they hit the flip there.
Honestly, same. Beast mode, beast mode.
We would all do it too in the same situation. But the push is going to be getting shut down. We see a reset to neutral back here. Slugma Males 2 down on the board, but the specials are up for Slugma Males. The bubble being popped in the middle of the
Wonderful
map.
bubble
hoping to
placement,
make a
even
path
more
to the
wonderful
Rainmaker
strikes.
here. Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Yeesh. And with that, it does seem that Slugma Males might be able to grab it for themselves, which they do. Oh, and unfortunately, the Dynamo is going to get a nice hit over them before being taken out themselves, but they were able to pop it again, so it didn't really matter all that
The
much.
Kraken coming out from the range blaster, likely hoping to catch someone off guard on the side here, but not going to be getting any picks as Slugma Males tries to deviate attention to get this Rainmaker through
Wonderful.
this difficult spot. The thing about this spot on Undertow Rainmaker is between the checkpoint and getting to the end, there is such a lack of visibility because you have to get through the grates and you have to maneuver through that whole area, and you just absolutely cannot see what is going on above you.
In my opinion, once you turn that corner, you're pretty much set. Most games, honestly. Like, that was amazing spacing from, like, that player who was holding the Rainmaker before Jay just now. But now that Jay has the Rainmaker themselves, probably going to be able to push a little farther. Which it looks like they might just do.
Oh, an opening for Jay. Just
nice.
enough to catch the lead before being caught out by that suction bomb. But only 3 minutes into the game and very close scores from both teams. Really, it could be anybody's game.
Man, what fascinating numbers. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in between the two scores that are displayed on screen.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it.
I'm busy looking at this great push being executed by Slugma Males. The bubble coming out with offense on all sides alongside Slugma, able to find an opening.
Talking about a good push.
The greats, the Rainmaker goes 3 down. Slugma Males cleaning up from behind.
Amazing push.
Down to 18 points
for
with
Slugma
a minute
Males.
and a half left into the game. Land Destroyers will have to work overtime to do that.
Wow. An amazing push from that player right there. I couldn't even see who it was. I was so caught up with everything. With that, the strikes are going to break that barrier. Jetpack Cat is going down to Godels. Will they be able to push even farther?
Godels very daring to stay in this spot.
It's
with
very
a height disadvantage. Not able to get any picks just
Nah,
yet.
they really wanted that
jump,
despawn. Honestly, I don't blame them.
Able to escape without being caught out. It looks like Slugma Males will want to play their cards patiently as we see the NZAP just kind of camping in their court.
With 1 minute left on the clock, they don't have much time left. If they want to be able to push in like for a win, they're going to have to do so very, very soon. But with Slugma Males having a majority on the damage of the shield, as soon as I start talking, I don't know why I even bother.
You're right. There's a lot going on. It's hard to keep up with. But
fast-paced game, yeah, you're right.
The Booyahs coming out on the greats, definitely exactly where they want that to be. Jetpack Cat into
bit of a risky move there. I don't blame them, but
yeah,
with
not
Soda
able
coming
to get the
out,
lead.
it looks like they're gonna grab it and take it to the other side. That is unfortunate.
DHVF probably wanting to keep this Rainmaker in a position where it will be very difficult for Land Destroyers to grab it and get any kind of advantage. See, he hides out in this corner. Even if Land Destroyers grabs it, they have to go all the way back around the map and with 7 seconds left. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Wow, I couldn't even keep up with what happened.
Very interesting spectator action here, but we launch into overtime. Slugma Males working overtime to defend that shield, able to get the
Rainmaker.
and we are up 2-1 on the side of Slugma Males.
Absolutely incredible game from both teams. That was admittedly to a point where I'm like, are they gonna get a knockout on Urchin? Like that's
almost
like,
unheard of.
Yeah, but like the fact that you know, Land Destroyer, I remembered it. Land Destroyer was able to like get as far as they could with that push. Like again, it was a bit of a risky play trying to go in like as far as possible, which I commend, honestly, same based, but it was leaning itself up to vulnerabilities, considering that your teammates didn't really seem to have your back like as close as you would want them to. So it ultimately was probably the best play that the player had option to, but whether or not like there could have been a more long-term solution, like who can say?
I am honestly astounded. Slugma Males holding their own so well against such an oppressive comp with the Dynamo and the Slosher and the Splatana, but they are adapting to their opponents amazingly, able to weave through and take every opportunity that they're given to get those leads when they can, using their paint in the zap and the shot. Right. And using Terret's Swiffer to cover all of their angles, and the range blaster too. Everybody is putting in work to make a team composition that is very opportunistic, very patient as well. We saw the stall out of the Rainmaker in the last minute of that match. Yeah. Slugma Males was smart. They knew our lead is good. We have no reason to push things further than we need them to.
Yeah.
So
admittedly, like, it was, you know, a little bit of a predictable kind of play, you know, stalling out the Rainmaker when you only have, like, what, like 20 seconds left, it looked like. But, you know, if you want to win, that's how you got to.
Sure, but in the heat of the moment, not everybody thinks to do that, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, like, I was more, like, impressed at the restraint from wanting to like have the Rainmaker be reset when it was so deep into your base. When like they were already invading, like they could have picked that up at any point, but they just were banking on the reset, and it kind of worked out, even though it not like for the game itself. And with that being said, we are going to start Game 4. Is this Splat
This is
Zones?
Zones Mako
Okay.
Mart. And with one game away from advancing into top 4, the crowd is on the side of Slugma males, but we see some slight, no, actually we do not. Sorry, there are no
screaming.
composition changes here as both teams are feeling very comfortable and confident in their choices of weapons. I will say the AoE options on the side of Land Destroyers on a map like Mako Zones will, as we see from Jay, really help them get advantage of these platforms here, taking advantage of the other side's base.
Yeah, with all the specials coming out already, there's a lot of back and forth. Obviously, like with Team Land Destroyer taking the zone for themselves, giving themselves the advantage despite the seemingly even playstyle between everyone. But with that, they are able to contest the contention in order to, I was trying to say contest more, but unfortunately that's as much as my vocabulary could allow.
As we see here, I'm Shoyo attacking the ledge with the range blaster. Like I said, probably going to be wanting to stand under those ledges for as much time as they possibly can. Teriko out of position there, but able to get the pick. Nevertheless, we see the Booyah come out, specials coming out on both sides as both teams fight for zone.
Just as if it was on a dime, Slugma males were able to turn the tide of this game on its head, not only taking the zone, but keeping it, whittling down their number to, as golf rules would have it, as low as possible. Very likely reaching to the same depths as Land Destroyer.
I'm noticing Territ is playing his Squiffer. Very interestingly, you would think the backline of the team would kind of want to take safe positions, but Territ is repeatedly going into these off angles, distracting the team, kind of wanting to catch them off guard, and sometimes even getting picks from these dangerous and strange positions. But as we see, Land Destroyer is able to flip the zone in this instance, but Slugma Male still holding it closely.
Yeah. Again, more specials coming out with that wave breaker and being contested. There we go again. With the strikes, does seem like Land Destroyer was able to take back the zone only after having lost lead. Whether or not they're able to get past this penalty is very likely, all things considered, because it's very low right now, and it does seem that they're holding it pretty strong.
Absolutely, those penalty points are ticking down, but Slugma Male's
curse. What can I
able
do?
to commentator curse always strikes. It just means, whew. But I'm getting disoriented from how much.
It's all right.
What's happening? Slugma Male's able to take the zone once again. We see another flip as the chumps come out. Kraft probably wanting to fight for this right stack here. Very important place to control on a map like Mako Zones, having that ground advantage. But right now, the zone is colored blue. The blue was able to get a pick, probably wanting to get this right stack to get some more.
I'm waiting for it to flip so I could go, and it was all yellow.
Right
there we
there.
go!
Oh,
Yay!
there we go. It took them a second. They were so distracted trying to get their specials out on the other side of the map that they almost forgot to paint the zone, but they were able to flip it. We see Territ once again coming in from a risky position in the alley, but using the mobility of Squiffer to his advantage to divert attention. Not going to work in that instance, but Slugma Males maintains the zone for now.
Yeah, as it stands, it does seem that Slugma Males appears to be in a bit of a very advantageous position, although they do seem to be accosted from multiple different angles. So whether or not they can hold the line is really up to whether or not they are well coordinated. Taking out that Booyah bomb through the armor was incredible from Godels. Oh, and the double from Jay is going to give him that
Triple
aura.
from Jay Can he get the quad? Oh no, he can't, but the jump out is almost just as valuable as Jay takes advantage of their aura to sneak further and further into the base. We see now Land Destroyers has Slugma Males surrounded on all sides. They are going to want some specials to come out to get out of this predicament, and already 3 coming down, and it looks like the zone is going to be flipped once again as 22 seconds left in the game. Slugma Males maintains their confident lead.
You could play it like a 3D Mario platformer for how much like these zones are switching colors to like indicate whether or not they're solid ground. Is that anything? I don't know.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. 5 seconds left. We see some heavy contesting for zone. The strikes coming out as if we're trying to beat.
Wow!
Slugma Males will be moving on.
Absolutely
On the winner's
last
side of top
second
6.
chance. That was incredible.
I am really impressed.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm just like, that was, oh my God. Whew.
That first game, it really seemed like Land Destroyers had the advantages in all aspects, the coordination, the weapon choices, the domination of the map. But like a heel turn, Slugma Males was able to adapt. They learned to play patient. They learned to play to their strengths. They learned to play to their unconventionality. They learned to play to their paint. And they were able to turn the situation around. We will see them advance in bracket, and we will get to perhaps see how they fare against some of the